Hey guys, just wanted to say a big thank you for choosing to watch this video with me, Tufu. If you do want to follow me on twitch.tv, I do mostly daily streams of Fortnite and great follower custom games on a weekly basis. So you should definitely come along and visit the Twitch stream. We're growing really well at the moment and we're getting a lot of new people in, so really appreciate it. Anyway, on with the guide. So as you can see, we're dropping into the new Tilted Town. This place has just been introduced by Epic in the new update, and already I've spotted a pretty nice place to land just outside the town where you can get a good bit of metal and also a gun that you can shoot into the town. Now, everyone inside the town from here can't build, but you can. If you harvest the camper van, you'll at least have enough metal to build a 1x1 and shoot into the town. So moving into Tilted Town here, we're first going to visit the building at the far south that has the big courtyard in it. As you can see, as you go into Tilted Town, it does give you a reminder: no building and no breaking. Even with the explosive mechs, you can't blow anything up in this town. Anyway, this building has many entrances and has loads of items in it, kind of everywhere, littered around the building. Apparently there are a few chest spawns. I haven't ever found any here, and I've run around this town in my custom mode quite a lot just to try and find where all the chests do spawn. I've not found one yet here personally, but I believe there is one on the lower floor. There is a little portion of the building here that you can't get into. I've tried many ways of doing it, as you can see, trying to open the door and stand on top of the door to jump off, but it looks as though the only way to access this floor is by gliding into it. You can grab the item off the top there by jumping onto the door, but you won't be able to actually get your player character up there. There are a few more jail cells underneath this floor that you can get into that do spawn items by dropping down this hole here. You've got one here and one next door to it that you can both access. There is also a weapon spawn in the courtyard if you are in a pinch. Now, I've only dropped once into Tilted Town in an actual game, and it feels much more like a conventional third-person shooter, maybe something like Gears of War or something a bit less grounded. But it is a lot of fun. It is a definite change of pace to the normal Fortnite, and you're not so heavily reliant on the building, so the skill gap is actually a lot less. So people dropping here have a pretty good chance of killing very good players who, if I'm being honest, probably should avoid this area because the skill gap that you've earned by practicing all the building is almost forgotten entirely when you're in this area. This building we've just dropped into, in my opinion, is one to avoid really. There's 2 stories, there's a few items in there, but there's no chests that I've found in here at any point. So there's no guaranteed weapon when you come into this building, plus you're right in the middle of Tilted Town. Next we come on to the saloon, which is actually the only 4-story building in all of Tilted Town, apart from the clock tower, of course, which is the tallest building. As you come in, there is a chest that spawns on the left hand side on the counter, and then the floor above that is kind of a balcony floor which has a pretty good chance of spawning a weapon, as there is about 5 or 6 different item spawns there that you can get a hold of. On that second floor there is 2 other entrances from balcony floors, so you can pretty much be attacked from all angles. But moving up a floor, we've got lots of rooms that all spawn items, and one of them, the second from the left, has a good chance of spawning a chest, as you just saw. On the top floor there is also 2 extra rooms which do have a chance of spawning a chest, and there is also access to the balcony out there, so you can shoot down into the streets below if you feel like it. Moving on now into the northeast area of Tilted Town, we've got 3 buildings. We've got a store which has a pretty good chance of spawning a chest on the counter there, and a couple of items behind the desk and behind the back wall. It also has a second entrance to this building on the top floor via this big wooden crate which you can enter in, and there are some items back here as well, but nothing too special in this back room. Moving on from there, we go into the next building behind the store. There's a couple of items on the bottom floor, but there is actually a chest that spawns up on the top counter, as well as there being a small basement, which I believe to be the best camping spot in the whole town really. Obviously because there's no buildings, that's going to be the most secure area of the whole town. So if you get a circle that ends there, you've got a pretty good spot for lasting a while. The last building in the northeast area that we're just moving into now is the clock tower. Now this clock tower really regularly spawns 2 chests from what I can tell. Now but the only way to get into them is by the roof. Through this little door here you can see the chests, but you can't get to them because of your lack of building at the time of being in this town. So you can land on the top, but otherwise if you do see the chest you can run up here. Obviously you've got absolutely no cover and will probably die in about 2 seconds. But if you do by some miracle manage to get to the top, just drop through the gap after getting the chest at the top and you'll get the second chest and hopefully a massive RPG. Or what's more likely, just a green drum gun and an automatic shotgun. It's all the shit I seem to get anyway. Now the only buildings we have left now are all in the north of the town, or the northwest more specifically. We've got a barn that does spawn a chest upstairs. Well, there's no stairs, you'll have to climb the hay bales, but you know, hay stairs. Once you're through there you can grab that chest right there. Jump off the balcony. There's another building in the northwest area which isn't really particularly good, to be honest. It does spawn a chest though in the top building behind that thing that people in the olden days used to change behind so that, you know, people couldn't see them naked in their house, you know. Remember those? Oh, if you don't remember those, there's one coming up on your screen now. So, look, there it is. There you go. Now, the only other thing left to explore is the shifty shafts looking place in the southwest. Trying to remember my directions. It just looks like shifty shafts, but really small, and you can't destroy it. There's a chest that spawns in the rubble, as you can see just there. And once you're out the south end of this, there's an item that spawns in the metal crate, and also a little way to get back up by jumping onto the barrels through this little gap. But anyway, that's it for my little guided tour. Thanks for coming along. I hope to see you in my Twitch channel next time I'm streaming, which will probably be tomorrow or the day after, or every single day till the end of time. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you find it moderately helpful. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.